Hi everyone, welcome to the Angel Monday messages and guidance for the week ahead. So I've been fiddling about being a perfectionist, trying to get everything going just right, just because the internet's been a bit weird, but here I am. Here we go. I'm just gonna make sure I catch a hold of you on the phone as well. So welcome. Now, oh yeah, it's working. So let me know in the comments that you're here and that you're watching. So Angel Monday, every week for the last 7 years, I've been coming online live and doing readings for the week ahead. So just giving you a message. And first of all, we do a message for everyone. It's a group message. I love doing it. And you'll usually find, if you listen and you're really present, that you'll usually find that the angels are speaking to you through the cards that I pull, even though it seems like, how can that be for me, just being randomly pulled for the greater good? But it can be, because that's how the angels work. They work through me to you. And so you have to pay attention to what comes up for you while you're listening, because don't what's the word, discriminate or feel like it's not for you just because it seems like a general reading. If you go a bit deeper, it will be. Hi Natalie, hi Amanda, good to see you here, good to see you. So let's start straight away with that, and then I'll talk about this really super intense energy that is coming up and what the angels want us to know. Well, it's here already, but it's building up to Wednesday's full moon eclipse. Happy Monday, Joanne, welcome. So I'm using Archangel Power Tarot by Radley Valentine, and I've also got Raphael Grey Angel Guide Oracle cards here for you. And the angels that we're working with at the moment is very much focusing on Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael for this week. So Archangel Michael is the angel of protection, teaches us as well as helps us to protect our energy. So if you're particularly sensitive, if you're a person that tends to notice that you take on the energy and the emotions and the responsibilities of other people, then Archangel Michael is your go-to archangel. And it's important that if you learn why, like what's going on in your energy and your particular patterning that creates this sensitivity, and how to manage it properly, because sometimes just those simple, everyday, generic protection techniques, they're worth doing, definitely. It's better than doing nothing. Please use them. But sometimes you've got to dig a bit deeper as to what's going on with you if you are consistently taking on the energy of others. So I'll be talking about that and how the collective is affecting us at the moment. Hi, Julie. Welcome. Hi, Tash. Nice to see you. And also, obviously, working with Archangel Raphael. And Raphael is the healing angel, and he helps you if you are a healer at heart, and you don't have to be the healer as in giving healing energy to people, or a massage therapist, or a counselor. You know, there's many different forms that healing takes. But also, you might be someone who is a healer. I know someone here who's like this, a natural healer, but you work in a different field. Your profession is different, and that's no different. Archangel Raphael will be one of your your guardian angels that works with you to help others and to help your light shine out for the greater good. But also, if you need healing energetically, emotionally, physically, Archangel Raphael is the angel to call on. And not only will he bring you that healing energy to help you, he will also guide you, which is one of my favorite things about Raphael, is that he guides us to situations, people, information, you know, that will help you to heal. So pay attention to those inner nudges that you get, those little messages or those repeated synchronicities where you perhaps come across a natural healer or some healing information about something that you're struggling with, because that will be Archangel Raphael doing that work and bringing you into alignment with those things. Hi Tracy, yes, two of your favorite archangels to work with. Wonderful. So we're asking Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to please be with us here today for the highest good, to bring healing and protection to everyone present, and to provide a healing protective shield around this this meeting, so that whether you're watching in the replay or in the, you feel the energetic protection and you're not taking on the energy of other people or anything else. And that all energy that's released today through people's words, thoughts, writings, emotions, that energy is immediately transmuted, converted, taken away to the light, and doesn't remain in your body, in your energy, or in this space. So Archangel Michael and Raphael, we would like guidance for the week ahead. Please guide these cards, help them to be meaningful and accurate and divinely perfect for everyone who comes to see and listen and hear this guidance today. What do we most need to know? Okay. So when I ask a question of the angels, I always feel a sense of groundedness, centeredness, the light coming in, because that shows you that they've come to help. Okay, so we're pulling 3 cards from this deck: the present situation, the guidance, and the outcome. And then we're going to pull 1 card from Kyle Gray's Angel Guide deck. Natalie says, the energy's been crazy, days of intense thirst. Yeah, wild energies are processing through us. That's such a good way of putting it. Hi, Nicola. Hi, Tash. Hi, Alicia. I'm glad that you appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Here we go. Wow, nice cards. All right, let's go with the first card, which is present situation. This is, we had this a couple of weeks ago actually. No, there are no such thing as a coincidence. So this is the 2 of Gabrielle. This is, you're walking towards the goal that you have, whether that is healing something that seems problematic for you, whether it is creating something that you really want to bring into your life. It's asking that you keep moving in that direction, even though the energy at the moment has been so intense. And it's intense to the point of, one, it's bringing everything down. It feels very pressured. So problems will seem like bigger than, than they should, you know, because with that intense pressure, we tend to focus with ego and it sort of blows things out of proportion. Every emotion is stronger. And also there's this feeling of things coming to a head so that you can see what needs to change or what you would like to heal. So it can feel a bit sticky. Now, this is saying that it's time for you to just not do everything by yourself. So this is showing you walking towards that outcome that you want, but asking you, cautioning you, in fact, about trying to struggle forward all by yourself. So it might be call your therapist, your healer. It might be that you need a coach, or it might just be that you need to share the journey a little bit with someone. And it's like, that will help you move forward. But it's important that the people around you understand what's going on for you, as in, what is it that you're trying to achieve? You know how sometimes people try to help, but they don't see your big picture, they don't see your vision, and they sometimes can end up undermining. This is definitely somebody walking with you that gets it. So it's asking you basically to not try to do everything by yourself. You've got the support of the angels with you, and it's also about honing and getting really clear on your vision. I'm hearing Archangel Michael speaking right now, and he's saying, get crystal clear about what your intentions are. So if you've been on these calls before, you will have heard me getting on your case about, you know, ask the right questions of the angels. And it's not me being a nitty-picky whatever person. It is true that what we ask for and about needs to be clear. And sometimes, did you notice in the spiritual new age healing world, we can get into jargon and slang, and we can get into ways of talking that is non-specific sometimes. So you might say, oh, I want a beautiful, loving home. But what the angels would want you to say is, I want, be specific, you know, I want a home that I can afford. I want it to be, you know, whether you buy or rent, you know, get down to the things that you do know that you want. If you were healing a health issue, Ask clearly and specifically. Hold your vision and be clear about what you're asking for help, both from the angels and from other people. It really helps people to help you. The second card, this is so, it's such a, it seems like a contradiction because we've got from working together to working alone, right? The Hermit. So there's this period that you're going through right now, and it often happens when it just feels like, oh my God, I can't go on any further, or it just feels so hard, or what's going on. It's called spiritual growth. And spiritual growth, I was actually saying this to myself this morning, is spiritual growth feels we think it's going to be pew pew, like little fireworks and unicorns and angels and all of this beautiful stuff. Oh, I'm growing spiritually. It actually makes you feel a bit sick sometimes, spiritual growth. Because in order to grow, we have to have realizations. We have to have awareness of ourselves, not in a critical, judgy way, but of like, oh God, this is how I'm blocking myself. This is how I'm sabotaging myself. And then, when you can see the full picture, you can clear it. But if you can't see it, if you're blindfolded or you're just kind of shoving those intuitive feelings away, you can't heal it. You can't fix it. You can't overcome it. So this is the card of spiritual growth. And in your, you find someone to help you, it might be an artist, a writer, someone to help you with your business, or it might be a healer. But you also need some time alone to reflect, to meditate, to contemplate, and to ask for guidance and to ask for insight. There's a very certain type of way that people work with the angels. Is some people just want the guidance, they just want the good things, but they don't want to hear, okay, you've got to heal this, or you've got to clear that out of the way. But when we do, we grow in confidence and strength. So this is, enjoy your spiritual growth and even bless the challenges and the difficulties that you might be feeling right now, and ask for the spiritual truth, because sometimes we can see the physical truth and we can see our emotional truth, but we can't see the spiritual truth. So ask for the spiritual truth behind what is going on for you right now, and see when the intensity is showing up for you, what is the universe trying to show me? What are the angels trying to show me? And it will come to you. It will pop in. The outcome card following this guidance. So this is showing you that change is possible. And not just on the surface illusionary change that you get bored of quickly, or oh, I've got a new dress, I feel better, but then you kind of go back to feeling how you were before. This is real grounded change, and it's showing that you might be a bit resistant to the change. So how you've heard me talk before about how sometimes we're asking the angels to help us with something whilst secretly in the back of our mind we're sabotaging it. So it's like, oh, I really want success, but I'm really scared of what that means. So it's the equivalent of pressing accelerator and the brake at the same time in your car. You don't get anywhere doing that. So you're asking, but you're not open. So where are you resisting change in your life? Where can you step back a bit, take a deep breath, surrender the problems, let go of trying to control everything or make everything perfect, let go of what other people are thinking, and just be you and go with the flow, because the universe, the divine, and the angels, who are messengers of the divine, they know best. So sometimes we're co-creating, but we've got to let go of trying to overhandle things sometimes. So also think about where are you out of balance? Are you over giving? Are you over receiving? Are you hoarding? Try to bring balance back in so that the flow of energy can rebalance you. So there is definitely change coming, but you need to get out of the way. So then we've got a couple of cards here. So this one didn't surprise me at all from the Kyle Gray deck. This is healing energy. Look at the image, look at the green. Who is that? That's Archangel Raphael. So there is healing energy that wants to come in, and it, as it's flowing towards you, you have to be open to it. So I sense that the energetic shifts that are going on at the moment and this kind of wild and crazy energy, that it is bringing up this feeling of you need to slow down. You need to stop. You don't need to panic so much. You need to step back from the material, egotistical world of form and go within, because that's where the universe is. It's in here. It's not out there. Call on the angels and really receive the divine energy. You know, I did a webinar on Friday, which was the manifesting with Archangel Metatron, and we talked about the divine is the source of your good, you know, and I talked about some powerful tips for manifesting with the angels, not by yourself. And we did a crown chakra clearing right at the beginning of that class, and I was surprised at how many online their crown chakras were closed down. And that's not a judgment at all, you know, it's noticing, it's observing, because when our crown chakra closes down, it's usually either because we've been thinking lots of thoughts which are fear-based, so it can create this kind of umbrella of energy, or it can be we're not open. And when we're not open, you know, this is where the divine source energy comes through. This is where we get our healing, our intuition, our guidance, all of the good energy that we need in order to manifest out. Now, if this is closed, what are we doing? We're using either our own energy up and burning out, or we are reaching out and trying to pull energy into our solar plexus, which is addiction, right? I've got to have chocolate, I've got to have a beer, I've got to have some external energy has got to fill me up. I've got to hoard, you know, anything that is compulsive, that you feel like it gives you energy but it actually doesn't, it causes problems, is like an addictive energy. So it comes in through your solar plexus rather than where divine comes through your crown. So then we become more susceptible to the external negatives of the world, of others, because we're all on our own. And I guess that's really, I'm not guessing, I'm saying this is what this is showing up, is are you trying to function on your own without the divine? Are you relying on the opinions of others, money, external energies to fulfill you, and you need to tap back into that, so do your spiritual connection, and then that's going to start to heal the things. You know, sometimes we've got to surrender a bit and let that source energy in. I love that. Yeah, stepping back. And see, when you're a doer, and you know that there's a real balance, because I'm like this. I know I can do things. I often take on more than perhaps I should, and then that can tip you into, you feel like you're doing it all by yourself. You've got to do everything, whereas then you've got to step back and just let the angels and the divine universe, the presence, step in, so that you don't burn out, so you don't upset your balance in your life, and you don't take over and block that divine energy from what it's trying to bring you and give you, which is really how you manifest. You don't manifest through force. You manifest through becoming a magnet and aligning yourself with that divine higher energy. Fatima, thank you. Kath, hi Kath. Ida, crazy energy. Yeah, it has been. So we, you know, and we know from the last couple of years, right, you know, how intense something really big and positive is happening. And we can see on the world stage that there is a lot of change going on, and we're being challenged. We're being challenged to let go of our beliefs, about let go of illusions, to let go of things that are limiting and toxic, not only for us, but for the world and for others. And so as that sort of old paradigm cracks up and starts to break away, it happens to us on the individual level as well. And so that can be disconcerting when you go, here's something that I believed that I'm realizing is much bigger or not true. And remember the beliefs aren't to make you believe, oh my God, it's all a big, conspiracy theory and the world is full of evil. That's not it. When you are truly growing spiritually and in alignment, you start to see through the eyes of love rather than through the eyes of fear. So step away from anything that is causing you to look through the eyes of fear, because that's not it is. That's, you can choose that reality, and you can create that energy and you can live in it, and it's not very pleasant. And it may seem then that everything that you believe is manifesting in front of you, but that's what happens. Our thoughts and our beliefs become reality. So I want the reality that is the divine reality, the truth. And so I choose not to buy into, and oh, there goes my stomach. I hope you didn't hear that. Confirming, I don't want to buy into the truth of fear, because that isn't the truth. That's, someone else has made it up and enough people believe it. I'm drawn to the color green lately. There you go. So Carol says, so green is the color of Archangel Raphael's energy and also the healing energy he uses. So if you're drawn to green, do it. Like, wear that green dress, or buy a green shawl, or surround yourself in the green energy, because you're drawing that healing energy to you. And you can also at the same time allow Archangel Raphael to step closer to you. It's a really good thing. Like, sometimes if I'm feeling a bit under the weather, I will surround myself with green light, asking for Archangel Raphael's green light, and allow that to help me heal, come back into healing state. Thank you. I like my new necklace too. Bit of and I can adjust it. It can be a short one or it can be a long one, which is awesome. Thanks, Kimberly. Hi, Linda. So when you see 111, Laurie, it's the message of love from the angels, and it's saying adjust your thoughts so that your thoughts don't become a reality. So I'm sorry that you've been getting unhappy news, but you don't want to get into a state where you are expecting unhappy news and therefore you're attracting it, right? You're not powerful enough to create bad things in someone else's life. But you need to change that belief that 111 means that that something bad is coming, because it actually means an energetic gateway is opening. You need to start thinking about things that you want rather than things that you don't want. So when I see 111 on a number plate or on a clock, I just start to say affirmations that I am, all is well, I am safe, I am healed, my family is safe and protected. And I start to create that, I create that energy of love and expectation out into the world rather than a fear. So it may just be, that you've noticed this, and then there's this kind of anxiety that comes up and this feeling. Ask your angels, because sometimes the angels will never give us negative information or warnings about things that are beyond our control. So, and I say that with small print. So what I mean is, they don't create fear in your life. So we're good enough at doing that ourselves. We don't need any help. The angels are here to create peace, love, and calm in your life. And so, for instance, they might tell you, you might get a message that repeats all the time that says, okay, it's time to change the tires or get your tires checked on your car. And that'll come through your intuition. It will just be a thought that comes up. Or you might hear it a few times and you go, okay, you know what, I've got to do that. Or they might, in times gone by, when I lost a loved one, a couple of weeks in advance, I did get a message that it was probably close to that person's time. And I knew already, more or less. But they're not going to drop in and say, this awful thing is going to happen, and just leave you with it. That's not angelic guidance. That's not the way it works. If it is a warning, it will be peaceful and calm, and you'll be able to handle it, So know that if you're getting unhappy news, that's not coming, the angels aren't sort of putting a sense of dread in you, because I can imagine that when you see 111, you think something awful is going to happen and you want to cancel and delete that. You want to, you know, cut your cord with that and say, okay, I'm creating a new belief. 111 means something wonderful is going to happen, right? And then that's the way I would work that, rather than go, you know, we're always going to have ups and downs in our life, and we can't control what is going on for other people. And sometimes you can go through periods of loss and heartbreak, and loads of things seem to happen, and then other times you go through long spells, and it just makes us appreciate the good times and be a loving presence when it's a hard time. And I think trying to anticipate hard times, that's just torture, and it's not what our angels want us to be. Thanks, Fatima. Work together so I can have a retreat when I need it, and everything works out perfectly without me. Yes, that sounds great. Now, I think that's exactly what the card reading is about this week. So just keeping an eye on the time. Okay, so I've got about 10 minutes left. Would anyone like me to pull a card for you? I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to use these ones. So you can ask me a question. I'm going to pull a couple this week. I kind of wore myself out last week doing hundreds of them. How can I get a reading? So for something like that, Tash, I would book in for a reading, a private reading with me. You can go over to my website. You can book a half an hour, or you can book a 1 hour. And at the moment, the prices are about to go up in July. I'm just about to put my prices up. So if you would like a reading before then, you'll get it at a lower cost. And then, you know, it's a really private thing that you're going through, and it's not something that I could give good, you know, a lot of, that I would feel good about giving you full attention and in a private reading. So you go over to my website, you book in there, you send me your questions, and I record it on an audio for you. And I spend that whole hour or half hour speaking to you and about you. I use cards, my intuition, I'm talking to the angels the whole time, and then I email you that audio. And I've been doing it like that for years, and it works very well. I know some here have experienced that. So I might just pull you a card though. I lose messages very quickly. Tash, I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that. So, you know, it's wonderful that you're here because we've called in Archangel Raphael. So ask Archangel Raphael to work with you personally. Give him permission to intervene in this situation that you're going through, and ask him to heal you and affirm yourself as already healed. And then ask him to lead you to the right professionals, the right information that will help you to overcome this. And you can do that every day and just sit there with your journal and see what comes up. But also pay attention to synchronicity, pay attention to stuff that comes across your path. You know, a year and a half ago, I had a mass, and I just prayed every day to Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael. And before long, I met two amazing women's health professionals who worked in the way that I wanted to work, because I didn't want someone to cut me open unless they really had to. I was guided to a blogger who is also an amazing naturopath, Dr. Lara Bryden, oh my God, who explained everything in her blog so simply and clearly that I just got it. I changed my diet, I changed what I was doing, and problems have gone away, receded. So, you know, that was Raphael working with me, bringing me this information and putting it in front of me. And I paid attention, and I was able to heal something that was very scary and upsetting at the time and completely draining. My stomach is really having a loud chat with you today. My gut. Okay, there you go, Tash. There's your card. It's gorgeous. Holy love. Holy love. Look at that beautiful card. So it is saying that you're surrounded and enveloped. Look, she's blanketed in divine and holy love. And if you tune to that vibration rather than the vibration of fear and fighting and, you know, illness or whatever, you tune into that vibration as much as possible and just be a receiver of it and see, you know, they're telling you that they're wrapping you in this love. They are holding you and keeping you safe. And I pray that you find healing and relief from this very soon in perfect ways. So many comments. So a lot of you asked me quite in-depth questions and that I would give a whole bigger answer to if I wasn't restricted by time and a single card reading. So please consider booking a private reading with me so that you could, you know, my heart goes out to you, honestly, when you ask things, you know, that are so big. I feel, you know. Okay, this one is for Pam about health, and the message here is self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. So, and look at what she's doing more than the words. Look at how she's really treating herself with love and nurturing and business. And, you know, sometimes we've got to turn those questions within and say, okay, how does this feel to me? So I feel, Pam, that there is more that you can be doing for your health. I feel like you're on the right track. Angels are showing me feet on a path. So I feel like you're on the right path, and it feels like that path is nice and clean and clear, like you're moving. But there is more that you can do. The same advice that I said about Archangel Raphael. Call in those angels and maybe even get a big piece of butcher paper or a big piece of paper and put my health in the middle of it. Get yourself into a semi-meditative state, light a candle, just do some breathing, call in the angels, and then do some brainstorming. You make a brain map, you write in a circle, my health in the middle, and then everything that you can think of that comes up for you, of ideas that maybe you've buried or you've pushed away, thoughts that you've had, and put those around that piece of paper until you've got nothing left to add. And then go through and circle all of the things that feel like a yes to you, you know, that you know, some things will be silly, you know, sometimes we've just got to get those things out of our head and get them on the paper so that we don't keep swirling them around and they block the other things that that want to come up from our intuition. And you'll find, you know, I would say to you, are you doing everything you need to do to look after your health right now? Do you know that you're doing everything? And if the answer is no, then there's some other little things you can be adding in, and it's not going to be hard. You've got Archangel Raphael with you to help you. Thank you, Fatima. You did have a reading with me, didn't you? As I say, really think about, you know, some of these questions are huge life questions, and they deserve more. Get my coaching business going, Nicola. Hi, Nicola. King of Gabrielle. This is a great card for business. I mean, if I got this card as a business reading, I'd be like, yes. So you're in the right box, right? You are, and you have your heart in the right place. You have a genuine want to help. You have a genuine care and compassion for those that you want to help, and that is bigger than any and better than any marketing campaign or, you know, that is what you need to communicate when advertising. And also keep your eye on the big picture. Step back sometimes and look at it like a business rather than it being your baby. And even make a plan, you know. So I feel like there are marketing things that you can be doing to get it out there. I feel like there's a block for you where you're kind of keeping yourself invisible. Are you hiding under the doona? Or the duvet, as they call it in England, doona in Australia. Yeah, you know, there, it's like you just got to spruik a little bit more, and beyond Facebook. A lot of people think Facebook is kind of going to attract people, and for a long time out there it did, and it still does, but you know, there are other things, other ways of getting people to you. So I also feel like there's someone that can help you as well. So oh, lots of questions. Okay. So remember, with questions like, am I, will I, is this going to happen, that the future's not written yet, right? So the best thing that you can do when you're asked for guidance from the angels is, well, angels, what guidance do you have for me about making my business a success? Angels, what guidance do you have for me about changing my career? Because it's such a, you know, I've got some big dreams and big goals. Like, one of them is to write another book, book 3. And I could sit forever and a day and ask the angels, is this next book going to be a success? And they would say to me, not if you don't write it. That's how the angels work. Not if you don't write it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've got to write it. You've got to write it first. You've got to start looking for a different job. You've got to do the things to create the success for your business. So the is this going to happen questions, bring it back to the now moment, and then go, okay, the future's not written in stone. There are a billion paths that this subject could go on. And, you know, some people would just give up and go, I don't feel like writing today. I don't feel like writing today. Other people would say, I'm going to write every day a page. Or other people would go, I'm going to get myself a writing coach. You know, and other people go, well, I don't want to spend the money on a writing coach. And, you know, so each path has a different outcome, if that makes sense. I know I sound like the future is not written in stone. It's not set in stone. It barely anything is. And we've been sort of conned into that idea. We've been taught that it's our destiny, you know, and that we're like these helpless, powerless little numbskulls in kayaks without paddles going over a waterfall, you know. And that's a fear-based, old paradigm, patriarchal way of looking at things, that we have no control over our lives. And what do we know more than anything right now is that those old paradigms are changing. You need to let go of the belief that your future is written and that the angels know what it is. So angels will give you guidance for the steps to make your business a success. Will I find a new home? Help me. All right. Kimberly. Angels, what guidance do you have for Kimberly about changing her career? Excuse me while I disappear under the table a second. Your card was so desperate to come out that it flew out. Yes, so Kimberly, a change of career has a lot of positive energy around it. The angels are celebrating with you. They're saying, yes, she's listened, she heard us. It's time for a change. Now, you need support as you move forward with this. Now, it could be a career coach, it could be your friends, it could be that it feels like you've just got to tell people. But most of all, you need to tell yourself. You need to make a decision about it. So this is a card of celebration. It feels like there's not just a change in career. It's like a whole change in atmosphere, environment, everything for you. And it's well overdue. Laurie. Massive question, Laurie, but I'm going to ask the angels what guidance they have about your marriage. And And then I'm going to go and eat something because my stomach is gurgling. Another Raphael card. Look at the difference that happens when we invoke certain archangels, right? The readings are different, the cards are different. So Archangel Raphael is with you. And Raphael isn't just about healing your health, he's also about healing your heart. So you can take on some of those messages we talked about before from Raphael. He's very present with us. This is the happy ever after card. This is love, contentment, and peace. And the angels are saying it's about time that you have some peace in your life. And there, yeah, so some of it is about your heart. It's like forgiving, releasing, clearing out resentment. What's the best way for you to do that? You know, sometimes we need a break from people so that we can get clear, get our heads together. It can be that we just need a break from the way we've been thinking. It might just be that you need to put yourself, maybe book yourself a massage once a week for the next 6 weeks, or a facial, or whatever your thing is, or go away for a weekend. I feel like you need to step back, come into a state of peace for yourself. You know, sometimes we want the other person to change so that we can be peaceful, and sometimes that's not going to happen. And that's when you've got to pull it back. What do you need to do to look after yourself right now to bring peace? Before you make such a big decision like that, you need to be in a state of peace so that you know that you're not in reaction. So this is giving you happy families and down into the future. So I would say you need to step back, make some decisions about yourself and your sense of peace. And this is bringing in love and harmonious blessings for you. There's a lot of things about your relationship that are good. And I think, I'm not saying that you haven't got problems, but it feels like the good things at the moment need a little bit of focus, and then that's going to help you to make a decision moving forward. It's like, stop fighting. I don't know your whole situation. Hi, Lita. One more card. What do I need to do to align my career with my purpose? So does that mean that you're looking for a career that is your purpose, Alicia? I'm just going to ask about purpose. What guidance do you have, angels, for Alicia? High Priestess, psychic insights, being very spiritual, being intuitive, tuning in and making a sacred space every day to ask for alignment and to get yourself into alignment with yourself. There is things coming in for you, but I feel like there's a bit of a log jam in the psychic channels at the moment, and perhaps you've been busy in your thoughts and in other ways, and it hasn't been able to get in. So the High Priestess, Archangel Haniel, who's our next Archangel, incidentally, for the June webinar that will be announced tomorrow. So this, you know, this is clearing your third eye, intuitive stuff, psychic stuff. It's like, it's time. It's time that you get more in alignment with yourself and your beliefs and what excites you. And that will naturally lead to the next steps. So I also have an announcement to make, and I almost forgot. I love you and I let you go. I'm just clearing out the energy of the readings. And I've got a free masterclass coming up next week, next Tuesday. So it's called Angel Messages. And I think I might just see if I can grab the link for you. I can only take 100 people on it. So if you want to sign up for this, this is about tuning into your own angel messages. I'm just putting it in the comments now. You sign up and you will get the links for the class. And here we go. It's on Tuesday, the 1st of June at 7 p.m. Sydney, Australia time, which is about 7 hours from now. There will be a replay. There's always a replay. And It's going to be 90 minutes. I'm going to be taking you through getting really super clear messages from your angel cards, more than what the picture and the words say, right? Downloading those messages from the angels, getting clear messages from the angels in other ways. So it's a fun class. I'm also going to be giving away prizes for my events. So free tickets for some of my paid events if you come to this, only if you're on the live though. So it's going to be 90 minutes learning, working with the cards, learning about getting messages from the angels. Bring a deck of cards with you. I work with Archangel Power Tarot. I like Radley Valentine's decks, the Wisdom deck, or any deck that's got detailed angel-y pictures on them, not abstract. And I'm going to be showing you some information. So head on over to that link that I've dropped in the comments, and you can sign up for that and be one of the first 100 to come along to it. So in the meantime, have a really beautiful week. The energy is intense, so it's about grounding and protecting your energy, making space, knocking a few things off your to-do list, and looking at, what is this bringing up for me? When you feel that intensity going to you, what is this bringing up for me? What do I need to learn? What do I need to do? And you will get those messages. Yes, in some parts of the world, you will be asleep for that workshop, but it's, Australia time at 7 p.m. because that's when I run my live courses and programs. The webinars are in the morning, which are the one-offs. And Laurie, you can sign up and you can get the replay. That's fine. And you can watch the replay the next day. Thanks, Laurie. Thank you. So those of you that didn't get a reading, come next week, or think about booking a half hour or a 1 hour before the prices go up in at the end of June. And you can have my full attention for a full half hour or an hour, or book a soul clarity session and we can talk. Okay, lots and lots of love. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time.